earns her Bachelor of Science in Elementary Education after having received her Associate's in Art from SFSC in May 2017. She graduates with a 4.0 GPA and is a member of Phi Theta Kappa, an international society that recognizes the academic achievements of community and state college students. She is also a member of the college's Latin Students Organization. Her experience as an immigrant to the United States led her to a passion for teaching. After graduation, Ms. Manriquez plans to pursue a teaching position locally or abroad. She is a resident of DeSoto County. Please welcome our student speaker for the night, Ms. Manriquez.
Dr. Lizo, members of the Board of Trustees, faculty, administrators, staff, mommy, my friends and family, and most importantly, my fellow graduates. Welcome to the spring commencement ceremony of South Florida State College. My name is Michelle Mandujano Manriquez, and today I'm graduating with a Bachelor in Science in Elementary Education. It is indeed a privilege and an honor to stand before you this evening. One time, I read in a book that we should never underestimate the power of moments, for moments are what define our lives. It was May 2011, at around 7 p.m., when we heard someone desperately knocking our door. My mom rushed to open the house door, and there was my grandma, who had the most frightful look on her face. My brother and I were asked to go to our room, while Grandma and my mom talked for what it felt like an eternity. Then, when my grandma finally left, my mom started packing up her stuff. We were confused, but she wouldn't say a word. Then, she finally looked at us, and the words came out of her mouth like bullets. "It's your dad," she said. "He had a stroke. The doctors say he doesn't have much time. I must go. I have to be with him." Now, you probably heard that popular phrase about the American dream. Well, that was my dad. A brave, hard-working Mexican man who immigrated to America in the 1980s. And before you give me that look, let me tell you, he came the legal way. Work allowed him to. However, this diagnosis will change everything. Soon after my mom came to America, my family petitioned for my brother and me to come. This was a defining moment, and it meant no good. The doctors had found a brain tumor. Yes, it was cancer. I remember being scared. I didn't want anything to happen to my dad. Look, I was in school. How was I supposed to turn in my assignments? I had a life in Mexico, you know. Either way, it wasn't an option. We were coming to America, the land of the free, or as most Mexicans call it, El Norte. As soon as we stepped in American soil, everything seemed different. The streets were clean, and the people were so tall, and they had bright, beautiful eyes. We arrived in Texas, where my dad was living at the time, and we spent day after day at the hospital. He underwent many surgeries, and during the months of his apparent recovery, I was enrolled in school. I was 16 at the time. My first week of high school was very memorable. I must admit that I was really excited to go to school here and have one of those lockers that students use in High School Musical. Nonetheless, my first day of school wasn't that much fun. There I was, standing in front of this 4-story building, not knowing a word in English, and yet trying to find my geography class. When I finally found it, I sat on the first chair I saw, and I tried to stay really quiet. It didn't take long for me to realize that I was in the wrong class. The teacher was talking to me, and she was pointing to the door, so I assumed she told me to get out. I left the classroom extremely confused. I wandered around the school for about 5 minutes, but I was scared of getting lost, so I came right back to the classroom. The teacher looked at me, and she seemed upset as she began to talk to me. But I had no idea what was going on. There was an awkward moment of silence until one of the students told me in Spanish that she had asked me to go get something from the office. I was embarrassed. I felt so ashamed. I knew I had to learn English as quickly as possible. When walking through the hallways, I felt as if everyone was staring at me. They would laugh in their own conversations, but I thought that they were making fun of me. I was a misfit. Even within Hispanics, I just didn't belong. Challenges continued both in school and at home. From being dropped by the bus at the wrong side of town to dealing with my father's illness, life was getting tough. I struggled to find words that can accurately describe how I felt those days. But I was sure of one thing. I was going to make it in America. I was determined to learn English and to make my dad proud. Months were passing by, and in November of that year, my father lost a battle with cancer. Then, we moved to Florida, hoping to create a new beginning and to be closer to family. I continued my high school education in Arcadia, where things started to finally flourish. A few weeks into the school, I was tested out of ESOL, and thus I was placed in regular English classes. This step was crucial to my educational career, for it gave me the strength and the confidence I needed to believe in myself. Then, with broken English and with an immense desire to succeed, I started writing for the school newspaper. I became a member of the National Honor Society, and I even took drama classes. What's more, right at the 1-year mark of living in America, I passed the FCAT with the level 5, which is the highest level one can get. And at graduation, I was honored to receive multiple awards, one of them being the English award. Life was going great, but little did I know that life was preparing a new challenge for me. I started to prepare for college. I sent out a lot of applications, many of which came back with an acceptance letter. Grades and letters of recommendation were not the issue. This time, it was tuition costs that made it seem impossible for me to attend college. Apparently, I hadn't been living here long enough to qualify for in-state tuition. I wanted to start college right away, but I had to wait. People kept telling me that if I stopped, I was never going to go back to school. But that was never an option for me. I knew I would go to college. I didn't know how, but I knew it would happen. Then one day, I woke up and I had an idea. I thought about scheduling a meeting with the president of South Florida State College. I thought, if he only knew me, I know he will help me. And not because I'm special or because I'm better than anyone else. I knew he would help me because he will see that I really wanted this. And in case you're wondering, no, I never spoke to Dr. Lightzell. But I was guided to talk to the right people. Here at South Florida State College, they showed me that they care about the individual. At this point, I would like to show my deep appreciation and my most sincere thanks Thank you, because without your help, my dreams would have never become a reality. South Florida State College has been a second home for me. This college has seen me grow and become the woman that I am today. At South Florida State College, everyone matters, and every culture is welcomed and embraced. I still remember the day that we had a Latin festival. I walked into the building and I couldn't help to smile when I heard La Chona playing in the background. I couldn't help to begin dancing. And soon enough, even Miss Andrews was dancing to the tune of the Mexican song. Thank you, Tasha Morales, for celebrating the Latin culture. There was not a day that I didn't feel grateful for this opportunity. Throughout these 4 years, I had the privilege of getting to know some of the most inspiring people I've ever met. Dr. Leon, I truly admire your passion for teaching. And I thank you for the words of encouragement that you offer me in so many times. Miss Andrews, your personality lightens up any room you're in. Thank you for believing in me. Dr. Sonji Nicholas, your passion for sociology made me want to see the world with my own eyes. I could go on mentioning all of my professors because the truth is that I've learned valuable lessons in each of their classes. But this speech can last all night. And these heels are starting to hurt. It was through all of these experiences that I discovered my passion for teaching. I want to give it out what was once given to me. I want to be a source of inspiration for my students. I want to spread out hope, and I want to teach children to be resilient. I want people to take my story as an example to know that anything is possible if we really want it. It doesn't matter where we come from, what we look like, or how many obstacles we have to face. My fellow graduates, we are standing here today to celebrate not only this moment, but every moment that made this day possible. Remember, never take no for an answer. Go out there and chase your dreams because there's no limit to what you may become. Sí se puede.